Boris Johnson, the hapless, gutless, supine, invertebrate jelly of a Prime Minister, has called it quits after over 50 ministers resigned in dramatic fashion over the final nail in the coffin that was the Pincher incident. Unlike some of my colleagues in the YouTube politics space, I was never taken in by the Boris delusion. The idea that this man, some would call him charming and jovial, yet behind closed doors ruthless and Machiavellian, would be some sort of saviour to usher in the Brexit that the populace desired. The idea that this man, who campaigned on a manifesto of control, would actually dare to oppose the ideas of the global elite, would dare to lower immigration to manageable levels, the idea that this man, who literally mimicked Love Actually as part of his promotional campaign, need I remind you that the staff who proposed this is part of the Conservative Party, mimicking Blairite positions and referencing Blairite propaganda, the film that attempted to humanise the Dark Lord, arbiter of war, death, and the cultural genocide of Britain in favour of the abolition of all culture outside of a kind of corporate managerial class with no roots, mere shadows of cultural variety. No, I was never taken in by Boris. But the question is, what happens now? The Red Wall support from first-time voters and the swing voters who gave the Tory government the largest majority for nearly 2 generations, which they did nothing with, by the way, nothing positive at least, are completely atomised and have returned, as they were always meant to apathetic non-voter status. The replacement for Boris will be even more spineless, even more docile, another puppet like Brandon across the pond, rattling off whatever he's told off of flashcards given to him by whichever minion of whichever elite group happens to have won the roulette for control of the Prime Minister today. Inflation is increasing due to disastrous policies enacted by this government. Brexit has been an abject failure and will continue to be an abject failure because all of the levers of power are not concerned with Joe Bloggs and whether he can make ends meet, but whether instead of importing 1 million people per year, they can somehow make it 2 million people per year. Brexit will continue to fail because it is not in the interest of service sector globalists, consultants and managers to try to re-establish manufacturing and give blue-collar Britain a self-sustaining population. It is the antithesis of everything they want to achieve. Line go up, GDP go up, and Joe Bloggs be damned. Who replaces Boris Johnson means nothing. We will get Brandon Mark II, one of William Fence's lackeys like Penny Mordaunt, or an utterly incompetent clout chaser like Ben Wallace. Perhaps we'll have the Treasury mismanagement world champion of Rishi Sunak, capitalising on his tech bro alter ego, cracking a smile whilst he cracks open Britain and harvests its soul. There is only one way this cycle ends, and it's an end I don't want to have to face because the consequences in the short term will be so devastating, but I increasingly am failing to see a way out. Voting can't solve this. Any kind of popular revolt can't stop this. Life after Boris Johnson will continue right on track, hurtling headlong towards a societal collapse and the death of a nation. There will always be an England, but the state of England, that's another matter.